Hello, welcome back to Milkman Channel. Today I'll be discussing Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged. I just want to clarify that my experience with this game has pretty much been entirely in the campaign of the game. I have not touched the multiplayer or the track builder parts of the game. I just want to make that clear early, and I may bring it up again later in the video, but I just wanted to state that at the top of the video. Now with that out of the way, let's get into it. Nostalgia is defined by Merriam-Webster as a wistful or excessively sentimental yearning for return to or of some past period or irrecoverable condition. Jesus Christ, what the fuck? It's kind of hard to read. What Merriam-Webster leaves out is how powerful of a tool nostalgia can be when selling products. Companies across every industry know how powerful nostalgia is when it comes to marketing and selling, so they are always trying to cash in on this. You can see this in the form of movie remakes, reboots, and sequels, TV show cast reunions, merchandise sales, and so on and so forth. And the video game industry is no exception to this. In fact, video games are probably the biggest offender of this. There are a constant slew of remasters or remakes of old games coming out nowadays, such as the Resident Evil 4 remake, Final Fantasy VII remake, the recent Super Mario RPG remaster/remake, just to name a very small amount. But nostalgia can cross over from medium to medium, and Milestone, the developers of the Hot Wheels Unleashed games, knew this. However, they also knew this is dangerous territory to go into. You see, some companies have ill intent when using nostalgia as a marketing tool. Some companies put minimal effort into their product or products that revolve around nostalgic elements and just rely on people wearing rose-tinted glasses to buy their products and then find out that it is a pile of crap later on, all while the company is rolling in their newly acquired dough. Although the company has gotten a substantial payday, they have likely done some serious damage to their reputation with consumers. But Milestone was looking to do right by Mattel and the Hot Wheels brand, and make sure that anyone buying the Hot Wheels Unleashed games felt like they were getting their money's worth. And as someone who grew up playing with Hot Wheels and always begging their parents for just one more car at the store, I was very excited when I saw 2021's Hot Wheels Unleashed. I eagerly jumped into it and I'm very pleased to say it was a really good time, especially for a non-full price game. And then when I saw the sequel, Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged, was on the way, I already knew I had to try it out. I am pleased to say that it was just as fun as the first outing, and of course, we gotta talk about it. So without further ado, let's get into Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged. It's turbo time! Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 was developed and published by Milestone, who have a long history of developing racing games of all kinds. It was released on October 19th, 2023 onto Nintendo Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series consoles, and PC. I played on PC through Steam, which is where all this footage was captured. And now, at this point, I want to discuss the very surprising and deep story within this game. Really caught me by surprise, honestly. Just kidding, I made that up. There technically is a story in the game, but it's basically non-existent and barely there. Plus, let's be honest, no one, including myself, is buying this game or any Hot Wheels game for that matter for the story and lore. They're buying it to drive some wild cars around some wild tracks. And speaking from experience, the campaign mode would be the exact same experience if they removed all the cutscenes and characters from it. I'm happy to report that there is a lot to love within this game. First and foremost, at the center of the game is, of course, the cars, or in some cases, bikes. I recognized many of the same cars from the first Hot Wheels Unleashed, as well as many new additions, but I immediately noticed the inclusion of motorcycles to go along with the cars. I think it is important in a Hot Wheels game that the cars, as well as every other vehicle, are front and center, because that's what it is all about. Sure, the tracks are important too with the iconic orange pieces, but the tracks can only be enjoyed if the cars are enjoyed first. It was great to see so many cars, both completely made up ones, as well as loving recreations of real-world cars included in this game. To go a step further, every car is thrown into one of several classes, with each class specializing in some aspect of racing. Some have better handling, some are better in a straight line, there are heavy-duty ones that are harder to bash around, and so on and so forth. This is a nice little addition to help make the cars feel unique from one another and keep things fresh race to race. It was also even cooler to see so many cars I remember playing with as a kid on the floor of my room. As a kid, I always wish I could have shrunk down and taken the cars for a spin for real. And then to be able to see those same cars again and actually whip them around a track, it is truly a dream come true. And one more thing I like about the cars is the wear and tear they get during longer races. If you crash into the wall a lot or a race is a little long on the longer side, the cars get a little rough around the edges cosmetically. Nothing crazy, just a little bit of paint scratching, a little bit of scuffing here and there. I love this because as someone who's had Hot Wheels cars as a kid, this type of cosmetic adjustment is very accurate. I had plenty of cars that I was a little rougher on and had that exact type of scuffing on them. It is the little details like that that make me feel like Milestone really cared about what they were doing and took the time to do things right. And then there are the tracks. Although the orange pieces are the most iconic, Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 mixes it up in a way that is only possible in video games. In addition to standard orange pieces, there are metal ones that have their own gravitational pull, allowing you to drive upside down. There are turns with fans on them, allowing you to take the turn extra fast. There are numerous themed pieces with animals and hazards to get in your way to attempt to slow you down, plus many, many more varieties. Then, to enhance the tracks even further, they pair that up with the unique environments of a mini golf course, a museum, and a gas station, just to name a few, which shine even brighter in waypoint races where there is no track and you drive strictly in the environment in a point-to-point race against time. Everything about the cars, the tracks, and environments just screamed cool, and it was awesome to truly feel like I got hit with a shrink ray and blast around in some iconic cars from my childhood. All this culminates into the campaign mode, where there are, I think, 6 types of races: time trial, quick race, elimination, drift scoring, previously mentioned waypoint races, and boss races, with each one being different enough to where not one feels like an afterthought. Most of these races have a base goal and an unleashed goal for those looking to really test their mettle. I decided to play this game just like I did the first one, achieving every unleashed goal, and much like the first one, sometimes that is a lot harder than you think it is. Y'all know me, I'm no bitch when it comes to video game difficulty most of the time. So I welcome the difficulty some of these races offered, especially after putting the AI difficulty as hard. However, the hardest races came in the form of the drift scoring ones, where you are alone on a track and get points for executing drifts, and you have to reach a certain score in a lap. These were often the hardest ones for me because as someone who has always played racing games, precision drifting has never been my thing. However, it is made a little easier because each track/race has a recommended type of car to use, which I love because it gives me a reason to use every type of car and experiment with all the cars I have. And speaking from experience, you are going to want to listen to this recommendation, as I have personally found everything much easier for the most part when following the game's recommendation rather than just ignoring it. However, this game is not perfect. Pretty much the only cons I have about this game came from the upgrade system. Every car is thrown into 3 pools of performance: stock, powered, and ultimate. When you go from one level to the other, you get an overall stat boost, as well as the opportunity to add some perks to the car. However, although the perks make your car better in some way, most of them also make it worse in another, which I can't say I'm a fan of. An upgrade should be an upgrade, not a downgrade as well. I would have liked to see these upgrades implemented without any drawbacks. Then there's the way to equip these. I would often experiment with these perks and equip and unequip quite a few when I was having trouble getting past a goal, and even full-on switch cars in some cases. But when I wanted to change perks, I had to exit the race, exit the campaign mode, go back to the main menu, go into your collection, track down the car you want to adjust in there, and then and only then can you finally edit the perks, and then reverse the process to get back into the race. I would have loved to see the ability to edit this stuff in the pause menu and have it be streamlined a little bit. The race can restart after editing, that's fine, I don't care. Odds are I'm editing the perks in the first place because my current run isn't good enough for me, and I'd be wanting to restart anyway. Same with changing cars, but the perks in particular I feel like were much more of a hassle than it needed to be. But all in all, Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 was a great game. If you liked the first one, you'll love this one, as they are like 85-90% the same game. However, when you nail it so hard the first time, why change a lot? Just like Hot Wheels Unleashed 1, the sequel hits in all the right spots and truly encapsulates the feeling of cracking open your Hot Wheels cars, climbing inside, and then letting rip. Through the years, there are plenty of Hot Wheels games out there, some hits, some misses. But if you're looking for a good arcade racer to play, I could not recommend this game more. Because for me personally, Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged is the quintessential Hot Wheels game. This game was truly a wild ride and definitely can be hard. There was one race in particular where I was obviously trying to get the Unleashed goal, and I was questioning if it was even possible. But I ended up getting it because I'm an absolute tank. But I had tons of fun playing this game. As for what's next, I'm going to tackle a couple short indie titles in the form of Jasant and Firewatch. Jasant I actually already finished because it's only about a 4-hour game, much like Firewatch, so I'll get working on that video soon. And then I'm going to be tackling Firewatch as well because it was on Steam on sale on Steam for $2, and I heard nothing but great things about it. And in addition to those two, I will be making a video on the Evil West game as I've been playing through that due to it being free on PS Plus. I've been playing through it online with a friend, and a lot to say on that one, but I'll get that one out when it's ready. The Jasant one's pretty much, it's already cooking. I haven't started Firewatch yet, and Evil West is longer than 4 hours, so Jasant will be the next one. Just know that. But until then, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video and listen to me nerd out a little bit. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button. It goes a long way. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell to turn on post notifications so you don't miss a single video. And of course, let's talk Hot Wheels in the comments. Your favorite Hot Wheels game, favorite car, your experiences with the toys, anything Hot Wheels. Let's chat about it. But that's all I got for the day, and I'll see you in the next video. Deuces.